So, hi Gajanan, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you, sir. What about you,
And
sir?
I'm also good. Thank you for asking. So, how are you doing? How is your preparation going on?
Fine, sir.
Okay. So, Gajanan, we as the Ultimate Coders inviting you for your second round of mock interview. So, let's start.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Gajanan, can you just tell me about yourself?
Okay, sir. Thank you. Sir, myself, Kadam Gajanan. I am currently from Nanded. Basically, I am from Basmat. I have completed my graduation from MGM College of Engineering in Mechanical with securing 71 percentage. Then I have completed my post graduation from JJ's College of Engineering in CAD/CAM with securing 8.15 CGPA. From last 3 years, I have touched up with the IT skill. That means I have completed my software courses. And so that's why from last 3 years, I have joined one company. In that, I have worked as a UI developer. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Gajanan, you are having a mechanical background and you are coming into the IT. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So,
sir.
why you chose your career as a IT? Because your branch is mechanical, means you have completed your graduation in mechanical engineering.
Uh, sir, from initial, I have some interest in IT field, but due to some family condition and due to the era of at that time, that's why I have joined with the mechanical branch. But from last 3 years, my friends and my colleagues, which are from the computer background, so whenever we see that work with the computer, so I have interested in same. That's why I start to do some software courses. So after completing that software courses, then I have joined the IT field. That means I turn my total background from mechanical to the IT side.
Okay. And why you are leaving your current organization?
Uh, the main condition is that the most important point is I have interest in software. That means in programming. So there are that means in front of me there are two options: back end or the front end. But I always try to touch up with the human being. That means for the person. So I know that the front end developer always touch up with the client customer because. With the help of doing some beautifulness in the screen, beautiful in the HTML web page. So that's why I started the front-end developer.
Okay. So you have developed your interest in web development in IT sector, and you are that's why you came to the IT.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So, Gajanan, can you just tell me about your strengths and weaknesses?
Sir, my strength is that I always try to take extra knowledge about the technology. That may be my core branch, or that may be I like the IT field. Uh, so that's why I always use as a TechCrunch as a website. So that helps me to increase my technical knowledge. That is my one strength. The second one is that those knowledge I gain as a technical knowledge, so that I will share to my junior, to my colleagues. So that is also my strength. That may be my strength. I can say that is my hobby also. So that I will share always those knowledge I gain.
Okay. So these are your strengths.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is your weakness?
My weakness is that, sir, I will, whenever I handle some project or some work, so at that time, sometime I detail oriented the work has to be handled. That means I consider I as a straightforward person. So that situation, sometimes that may be criticized to my boss or my team members, but I will cover that point also. That means I will handle that situation also.
Okay. And why should we hire you?
Because from last 3 to 4 years, I have gain so much information, so much things that are related with this company, that are related with this project. And I little bit hard worker and adaptive person. So whenever you choose me, whenever you give me an opportunity, so definitely I will improve the growth of our company. So that's why you can give me opportunity.
Okay. And how will you be an asset for our company?
By giving my hard work, by giving my all skills, knowledge, and my one habit is that I will always try to learn new things. That means from my colleagues also, from my boss also. So that all skill I will directly utilize to the company growth. So that is my one asset maybe for company.
Okay. And how many projects you have worked on?
So actually there are two projects.
Okay.
Uh, so for completion of that two projects, there is one team. So in that team there are 10 to 15 members. So out of that, myself as a UI developer, that two projects are XYZ and ABC. Okay.
Yes, I can understand. So I want to know about your projects. Means, can you explain the projects?
So actually that project is related with the Angular developer project. Whenever I doing some work, so at the situation, we have one team leader. Uh, so that project is assigned to us. So I will first of all define that project. So which type of work is there, how to develop. First of all, what that means how much time it has to be required for completion of this project. So we discuss all that point, then describe the work of that project, and within the specific time, that means given time, we complete that with all together.
Okay. Okay. So as you said about your projects, okay, and I want to ask you about means how many members of teams is there? So you said a 15-member team. Okay, so how many UI developers are there and Angular developers are there?
Sir, there is one UI developer and two Angular developer.
Okay, okay, and whole UI is handled by you.
Yes, sir.
Whole UI work is done by you.
So I can get the question.
Yes, the total UI work is done by you.
Two, sir.
Okay, two UI developers.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So why are you leaving your current organization?
Uh, sir, this question is you asked before also.
Yes.
Okay, sir. The answer is same
Okay.
again.
Okay. I think I have asked you. Okay. 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 Fine. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
okay. So Gajanan, we'll start with a technical round.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So
Thank you.
what is a HTML?
Sir, HTML means it is a JavaScript. Sorry, it is a HTML coding. By using that, we can create the HTML web page with the help of layouting that web page.
Okay. And what is the CSS?
So CSS, it is the coding which is used to HTML page to convert the static web page into dynamic web page in somewhat. By using the CSS, we can apply the style to the HTML web page.
Yes. And what is hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What is a float?
Yes. Sir, with the help of float, we can adjust the that means aside the element, that means adjustment of around element, those we have to be not floated. So that means those element we have to be float. That is also that is only we can float.
Means that is not a proper definition of float.
Mm. Sir, float means
We can align the items
arrange
at the,
the
yes,
arrange the element according to our requirement. Uh, Container or row.
yes, at the left side or the right side.
Right side. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, okay. Why we use a clear property?
Clear property. So the question is near about same. Whenever we use the clear property, that is used in the form of clear both. That means those elements are not too allowed floated. So that's why we use the clear both sides.
Okay. Can you explain me with the example?
For example,
No, you can share
column.
your screen.
Yes, sir. So I will start new file or existing file. I will share.
Existing
Hello.
also you can use.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So here is the clear both. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, here I have used clear both property for the row.
Yes. But take new file only, and in that take two divs and show me.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, Gajan.
Sir, question. First of all,
So, can you tell me why we use float?
for aligning the elements,
Yes, and why we
that
use
means
clear?
uh, uh, because suppose we want to align the suppose column 6 only, and aside that there are other columns, but we want to don't float that columns with the required columns. So that at that time we can use the clear both.
And why we use clear left and clear right?
So clear left
Just
and clear right.
what you do is just take two div, apply some
Yes,
height, width, and background color, and
yes, sir.
for one you take float left, and for another you take float right. Okay, and then
Yes,
apply on that clear property.
yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
cut it all. Take two divs.
Okay.
Okay, you have two divs. Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes. So change the class names. Row one, row two are first.
First,
Yes, yes,
the second.
yes.
Okay.
Apply height, width, background color,
Yes, 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 yes,
and then float it one at left side, one at right side.
yes, sir. Yes. Sir, why not this applying this CSS? I can't find this. First time second.
Run it once.
Hello?
Hello. Run it. Did you attach the CSS file?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, show me. Save this. Okay. Save this.
Yes, sir. So there is some problem.
I think your CSS file is not attached. Or open console. Is there any error? We'll see. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Open console. Is there any error?
1 minute, sir.
Yes. Console. No. Okay. Go to the CSS file. Once save it. I think it is not saved because there it came a star mark universal selector. Save the CSS file. Style.css.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
One more time.
Yes, sir. One more time.
Yes.
No, sir.
Apply to direct body background color here in style.css.
Yes, sir.
I wrote the wrong color spelling.
No, sir.
No, your CSS file is not attached.
Yes, sir. The path is again same.
Show me your folder
Sir, here
where
is the
you.
file.
Yes. Show me. Open. Open it. Open it.
Yes.
Okay.
Index, assets, assets. In assets, there is CSS file
Yes.
and there is style. So again,
Yes.
sir, the path is the same. /assets CSS then style.css.
Yes. Not href. src.
Here
src.
src. No, sir. Sir, I think here is here href is correct, no, sir.
No, no. Save. Oh, why it is not applying?
src that is used for the image, no, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Sir, src used for the image path.
Open it. Once what you do is Go to
Sir,
your folder.
1 minute, sir. Folder, okay. So here is my folder,
Yes. Go to the assets,
assets,
CSS.
CSS,
Copy this.
copy. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir, copy केलं.
Go. Paste here. Okay. Now go to your notepad.
Yes,
Here, remove that assets and CSS. Only keep style.css.
like this, sir.
Save.
Saved. Saved. No, sir.
That I think that will be not href. Take their src.
1 minute, sir. So there is only change in that AE. That means that changes position.
What you did?
So I have changed the href and write there src.
Go to your file once.
Hello, sir.
Create a new file. Why it is not coming?
Sir, sir, I show an existing file.
काम आलंय बघा मध्ये. हे स्लॅश काढा. त्या दोघाला बॅकग्राऊंड कलर द्या.
Yes, yes. Yes, sir.
येस, दुसऱ्याला फ्लोट राईट करा.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
क्लिअर बोथ कुठं वापरणार? वापरा. क्लिअर बोथ वापरल्यानं काय होईल? हॅलो,
क्लिअर बोथ वापरल्यानंतर सर तो जो राईट वाला आहे का सर?
हा,
रेकॉर्डिंग चालू आहे का?
हो हो,
ओके. तो जो राईटला आहे का तो लेफ्टच्या बाजूला येईल.
ओके. करा क्लिअर बोथ. क्लिअर बोथ दोन्हीला करावं लागेल.
एक मिनिट कॉम्बाईन करतो.
हा, नाहीतर एकालाच म्हणलं तर क्लिअर लेफ्ट आणि क्लिअर राईट दोघाला सेपरेट.
येस सर, रिझल्ट असा आला.
ओके, तर काय होत आहे क्लिअरली ना?
येस सर. तर क्लिअर बोथ लिहिल्यानंतर जो फर्स्ट div आहे, so as per the property of this div, they are taking the whole width of the parent element.
ओके,
त्याच्यामुळे तो सेकंड एलिमेंट जो आहे div, सेकंड divला त्याने काय करेल, खाली पुश करेल किंवा म्हणजे त्यानं त्याच्या त्या width मध्ये येऊ देणार नाही. म्हणून आपल्याला जो एलिमेंट फ्लोट नाही करायचा त्यासाठी आपण काय करतो, क्लिअर बोथ करतो, ऍज पर माय नॉलेज.
ओके. No, you have to study more on this. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So, how many types of positions are there?
So there are 6 positions.
Okay.
Sorry, 5 positions. One means relative, then absolute, then fixed, static, that is by default position static, and one is sticky.
Okay. So, what is the difference between position absolute and a position relative?
So position relative we given to the parent element, and position absolute give to the element which you have to be apply the positioning. That means the element, child element.
Okay. And what is a position sticky?
So position sticky means according to the requirement, that position will be changed. But whenever you that means you remove the condition of which is apply on that, so that getting its original position. So that is sticky position.
Can you write an example for that?
For exactly, I don't
Position
have any
sticky.
example. No, sir.
Okay. Okay. So we'll move to the JavaScript. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
no, I have one question in CSS. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
there is a property that is display inline and display inline block.
Display inline and display inline block. Yes, sir.
Yes, two properties. What is the difference between them?
So inline and inline block. So inline means element. Uh, the element in inline block property. The element gives the width. That means according to its content. The margin applied for the inline element is only by the two sides, left and right. And in a block element, the element taking its width as the width of its parent. That means whole width is to be applied for the block element. Then the margin is applied from both four sides, and block element starting with the new line, and inline element starting with the same line.
Okay, you have said me the answer of the difference between inline elements and the block level elements.
Yes, sir.
But my question was, what is the difference between display inline property and display inline block property? We'll use anytime display inline or display
Yes,
inline
sir.
block
Sir,
property.
we use rarely display inline block property.
Yes, but what is the difference? Why we use that inline and inline block?
Sir, whenever we required, I like the float property. That means for aligning the element with the row.
Okay, okay, Gajanan, we'll move to the JavaScript. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So can you tell me what is a JavaScript?
Sir, JavaScript is the programming language. So it is the object-oriented, lightweight, and interpreted language which increase the interactivity with the HTML web page to convert into that HTML static web page into dynamic web page.
Okay. And who invented JavaScript?
So what is question?
Who invented the JavaScript?
So I don't know, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay. So
Yes,
what is how many types of data types are there in JavaScript?
so basically there are two types of data types, primitives and non-primitives.
Yes.
So primitives having also five types: number, string, boolean, null, and undefined. And non-primitives data examples array, object. These are the non-primitive data types.
Okay. And functions?
So functions is a one type of method, it is execute where it is called. That is the relationship between input and output. So that is called a function.
A function is a block of code which is
Uh,
having the purpose to execute some specific task. Okay.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it is a non-primitive data type.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So next, what is a hoisting?
Sir, hosting is the JavaScript default behavior which moving the declarations to the top of the scope.
Okay.
That is the top of the current page.
Okay. So you said scope. What is a scope?
Sir, scope means
My video is not
it is the
turned on.
access.
Sorry.
Yes, sir. Ah,
My
okay, sir.
video was off from that time. Okay. You can
Okay.
stop your screen and tell me the answer. So I can see you properly. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So what is a scope?
Sir, a scope means the availability and accessibility of the variable where to define it.
Okay. And how many types of scopes are there?
So basically, there are three types of scopes. One means block scope, then functional or local scope, and third one is the global scope.
Can you explain me a block scope with an example?
Yes, sir. Sir, a block scope is only for the two variables, according to my knowledge. That is for the let and constant variables. That block scope
No,
belongs
it
from
is
the.
not a specific.
Yes, sir. But
Yes,
sir,
it is not a
when I was
specific
a
for let and const. Can
yes,
you write an example?
sir. Suppose uh, there is a one curly bracket. Suppose they are taking one curly bracket. So there is that means that is one block, and in that block I write
No,
let.
you share your screen and show me a example with just write a code. Don't execute it. Just show me.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yes, all the three scopes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right here only. Right there only.
Sorry, sir.
Write in that notepad only. Don't execute. Just
Okay, sir. Sir, if I write this x value in a block scope, so that value can't call out of that curly bracket. So that this is the
why that curly bracket you took?
uh, so that is one type of function. That means that is the one block. So outside that block, we can't call that variable, that declaration.
So it is a block scope. You are saying.
Yes, sir. If I take here let and
Take
constant variable.
take JavaScript file only. I want to execute this.
Yes, sir. One minute.
Yes. Like already you have wrote the code that JS file will do there. Just comment that code and we'll execute that. Ready for you.
Sir, this can called as a global scope. So global scope means suppose I write that x is equal to 10 anywhere. That means in a function block, function scope, in block scope or anywhere. So I can call from anywhere. That is the global scope. So, sir, I think you are mute, sir.
Oh, okay. Yes, you are correct. So what
Okay.
is a local scope?
Sir, within the function only you can call it. Outside the function it is not possible.
Yes. And what is a block scope?
So nowadays block scope is not using. That means that is not in use. As per my knowledge, block scope is only for the late and constant variables. As per my knowledge only, sir.
Okay. If there is a for loop,
Yes, sir.
okay. So where a equals to 1,
Yes,
correct?
yes, sir.
So if I console it at the outside of that for, what will be the
Yes,
output?
sir.
Here,
Sir,
console A.
console
What will be
A
the output? Yes.
undefined, sir.
Why?
So because the function is declared inside the uh, that means local space, local scope, but I call outside it, so it is not possible.
Okay. So
That is
here
definition
the
of the functional or
out
local scope.
so here the output will be 11.
Yes, sir. 11 means 1 to 10.
No,
1,
no.
2, 3.
At the 13th line.
Yes, yes, yes.
Why? Because it is in the block of for, correct?
Yes, sir.
So this is a block scope.
Yes, sir.
Yes. In the functions, we'll not get it outside because it is a local scope. But in the blocks like if and for, we'll get the value of a outside.
Yes, sir.
So it is called a block scope.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So what is the arrow function?
Hello.
What? Yes. What is the arrow function?
Sir, arrow function. The
Yes.
function which gives us output where it is called by the shortcut way. Yes, sir.
Okay. And this is not a proper definition, but what is a
Yes, sir.
first class function?
Oh, first class function. So the function we store the values and give us.
Function is used as a value.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That is first class function.
Yes. So what is an array?
Array. So array which can where we can store the multiple information in order list of values. That means that is ordered by the index.
What is a string?
String. String means alphabets, numerical alphabets we can use, and that is write by single or double quote. That may be number also.
So here we'll end the second round of your interview. So do you have any questions for me, Gajanan?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. So you have to work on your technical skills a lot. So please focus on that. Uh, Read the definitions because there you have got a problem. So practice more.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes,
read
sir.
the technical part. Firstly,
Yes, sir.
focus on what revisor is teaching. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
firstly, build a knowledge on that. Build a good knowledge when revisor is teaching something. That is a very important thing because in JavaScript, there if you try to learn, there is a sea, बड़ा समंदर है JavaScript.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So if uh, means if we have to take 5 times a life to complete a total JavaScript.
Yes,
So
sir.
please focus on what revisor is teaching. Firstly,
Yes. Yes, sir.
try to make good knowledge of that,
Yes,
and
sir.
then you can try outside the means because the let const and block scope will come in the later part, in the
Yes, sir.
ES6 part.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first I have asked you a arrow function. You don't know a arrow function.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So when sir is teaching what is the arrow function, you have to firstly learn that what sir told you, what sir taught you. Okay.
Okay.
Then you can search because there are a lot of things where we can't use a arrow function also.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So focus on revisor.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So that was means uh, all the interview is good. Okay, so just you need to work on your technical skills. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.